Hi, I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies. Today we're going to look at the Pandarus Alpha X arrows. Now these are an affordable carbon arrow, about $5 each, so cheap. Now what makes this a little bit different to other cheap carbon arrows is they have a spine. So they're .006 in straightness, so not that straight. They wobble around a little bit in your finger. They have a 3-inch vein, which looks okay, and like a knock, which looks a bit like a boning, but that's them there. Now, Pandarus produce a whole range of arrows. They have ones better than this, .003, which you can cut down. These ones you can't cut down because they're basically full length. If you did want to cut them down, you'd cut them down, then heat up the inserts and take them out and then stick them back in. But I just don't think you're going to gain much from that. Now, I've chose a 350 spine to test today. Wishing the elite result. Now, I've got a 4mm blade on here. This is the thin blade that I shoot for thin carbons. These are fatter carbon, 6.2 carbon. This is your standard width hunting arrow, like a gold tip hunter, Victory V4s, Eastern Powerflight thickness. Okay, so standard thickness. There's no pin system on the back here, so if I hit the back of it, it's going straight down the back end. Although I'm shooting a bulldog target, so I'll probably give a bit, so I don't expect to get much damage. It's a little bit windy today, not too bad. I've shot 3 arrows practice, so not enough. And I haven't been shooting a lot of compound, mainly recurve, so let's see what sort of score I shoot. We're going to shoot 18 meters. We're going to shoot half an indoor round, so 15 arrows, so 3 lots of 5 arrows, and we'll see how we score. Now, it'd be a lot easier to draw back with the wider blade, that's the first thing, but I didn't have the bits to do it, so we're just shooting. My scope level is not centered, it's off to the side, so we'll just do our best. My muscles are a bit tired. My breathing's not good. Still suffering from the COVID stuff, so any other excuses I can think of. Muscles are sore from doing weights this morning. Come on. So with the wider arrow, you've got to be really gentle because it comes off really easy. So with the better quality arrows, so with the Pandarus ones, Pandarus make aluminium carbon, barrel carbon, straight carbon, 4.2, 3.2, so 3.2 being thinner. They have all different knock systems. The one up from this will have a collar system to make it harder to Robin Hood the arrow down the back end. Look, the other ones are a little bit more expensive, you know, $80, $90 a dozen. But compared to the other cheap carbons, so the other cheap carbons won't have a spine on them, so they're like, you know, whatever you get, you get. So I really like the fact that these are spined. Yeah, see this here, this is loose. Look, it's a cheap target sight. And that may bother some people. I would have done that in the review. Look, you'd have to try Loctite, and these little screws on the side here are loose, and they're probably going to come out. So as we shoot this event, those screws may come out. So and just put them back in with Loctite if you can find them. If not, you'll have to go to eBay and get some screws, or a specialty shop. Okay, last arrow of the 5. That last one felt good, so let's go down and have a look at how those arrows are. A pretty good group. You can see the group's a little bit low on the target. Look, one's a 9, the rest are in the middle. So I'm going to move my sight down a little bit and move my sight a little bit across that way. So we're 1 off, perfect. You can see the group's pretty good. And I'm very, very happy with that. I don't expect to shoot big scores unless I've been practicing, unless my muscles are built, and I'm shaking around. Like, I can see me shaking. The more I practice, the steadier that will be. And you know, when I'm aiming here, my sight pin is moving out to the 9s, so it's bouncing. The more I shoot, the more it will steady in the 10. So the more you shoot, the steadier you'll get, the more muscles you get built. Like, I'd probably change the stabilizer around a little bit, like the weights on it, I'd probably add more weight as I start to shoot more. Okay, not now, because I've been shooting recurve and I haven't got much weight on there. So let's just keep shooting and see how it goes. Now, I get a lot of customers worry about equipment, which is fine if you're an elite archer, and maybe it's fine if you're not an elite archer because you want to know your gear shoots alright. Because you don't want to be thinking, oh, it's my gear and not me. Like, I can feel the shoulder raising a little bit. I can feel myself wobbling around a little bit. Some of the shots were pretty good. But I suppose you want to have that confidence, and that's why people will buy the better gear, to have that confidence. So with this sight, you got little screws on the side here. You can tighten those up to get rid of some of that wobble. It's wobbling quite a bit. And of course, I don't have any Allen keys with me because I've taken them all out and put them in my recurve setup. But when you put them back in, just use a bit of Loctite on them and they'll stop them coming loose. And don't over tighten these screws on the side because you won't be able to move your sight up and down. Now, if you buy yourself a $700, $800, $900 sight, you probably won't have those issues. But with a $150 sight, you've got those issues. First thing I change is the blade width because it's just going to make it easier for you to draw back and just take the pressure off you. You don't want pressure on the line. You want your brain to be basically blank when you're shooting. You don't want to be thinking about stuff. I don't want to be thinking about the count selection. I don't want to be thinking about schools and stuff. I just want to be focused on this. And that's one reason I really like archery. I just focus. If I don't focus, it's not working, right? So you've got to learn to focus. You've got to learn to switch off. can just feel it when I shoot. I can feel the looseness in the sight. I had a fair bit of shake that shot. My muscles were trembling. That one was good. That was good. One of my friends today, I'm going to say she's a psychologist. She did a thing on Facebook and she said about age and wisdom. So basically she's saying, look, as you become older, you're not as sharp, but you've got more wisdom. I was like, that's how I feel. And she had a thing that your mind becomes foggier as you become older because you've got more things to focus on. When I first started in public service, I had one project. I was responsible for one project. Then later on, I was in charge of 4 sections, and which was still easy compared to running an archery shop, which may sound weird, but you've got so many customers, so many orders coming in, so many things to pay for, so many bills, and your brain's just changing literally every 2 minutes. So I walk out the door to go and get something and someone hits me with a question and I'm like, what did I walk out in the shop for? And that's my day. It's literally bang, 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 101 questions. And then I'm thinking about all the orders I've paid for, which ones I've got coming in, and then the customs agency rings and they're like, we've got this shipment from you from China. I'm like, which one? I don't know. It's like, now I've got one of the companies saying, well, what are you going to do with this shipment because the freight's so expensive? And I'm like, I'm going to have to order more stuff. So bang, that felt good. Now, some people say, why don't you shoot at separate targets? That way you won't get any arrow damage, because that felt awesome. It was a good shot. The shot before it was good, and the feedback, I can't see where the arrows go, but it was like bang, you could hear it. And it's like, it was, follow through felt good. Don't know if the arrow's broken, but it's $5. Yeah, this is a really good end. The arrows are really squared in the middle. Now I've still got one off here in the 9, so this is 9. Now, if you're constantly shooting 1 9 out of lot, I don't know which shot that was in the group, it's not a bad 9. Mark the arrow and see where it lands, because I think the other one landed about the same spot. It's really good to have your arrows numbered so you know where they're going. I shot with a guy once, and he had 1 arrow all the time out in the blue. I'm like, just mark it. He goes, oh no, it'd just be me. I said, just mark it. Been shooting like half the round with it, 1 arrow, it's just going down the blue all the time. And turned out to be the arrow. Cost him like heaps of points, heaps and heaps. Okay, so far we're down 2 points and 5 arrows to go. Sun's coming out a bit and the wind's dropping a bit, so that's good. Okay, last 5 arrows. Mel's just talking to the neighbour's dog. She's like, look, I wish you wouldn't bark. If you don't watch out, I'm going to give you a bit of my poodle. And my poodle's 2 kilos. His dog's about 30 kilos. But that doesn't stop Marla. She's like, I've got a bark which is louder than yours. And she's got no jaw strength. 0 jaw strength. Like literally cannot chew anything. You've got to cut up her meat for it. 4 arrows to go. Oh, that did Robin Hood the arrows. See the knock in it. Now, if I shot that and I didn't notice it, got a good chance of a dry fire. Three to go. The sight is getting looser as I go. We've got 2 arrows. Hopefully it hangs in there. That felt good again. 1 more to go. Hopefully this one will be clean. Again, $5 arrows. Very, very happy with these arrows. That felt great. The sight feels really, really wobbly. Well, super happy with that end. They're all in, clean, and they felt really solid. Like they felt like really solid shots. So like when you look at gear points, now these points come loose. That's a pain. I'd have target points. I don't have to worry about them coming loose. We do have a screw-in point, which is stainless steel, which has got like a rubber band on the end, so it won't come loose. But they're more expensive, and you're not wanting probably to put $20 points on $5 arrows, right? So $5 each, $20 a dozen points. They are a better point, but like they're good shots. Now they're full-length arrows, so you know some people say we'll cut down the arrow and cut them from either end. Look. Drop 2 points, so that'd be a 296. That's awesome. At Vegas, I shot 297. 296, I haven't been practicing with $5 arrows. I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies. Thanks for watching. And just put the time and work in. And if you lack confidence as far as knowing your bow's set up, go and ask. Go and ask people. Say, hey, look, can you have a look at my gear? Make sure it's okay. Get someone else to shoot your gear. That way you know how it shoots. Anyway, I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies. Thanks for watching. Bye.